Wanafanya kazi ya welding
ambao tuna supply mlango tarifa supply mkuru kwa jenga ambao tunapeleka mlango karibu 400 so for one floor which is about 4 million. Pia naye sisi ndio tunafanya outlet ya Sacro.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good. Doing leather. So my name is Sir. Through the training and small enterprise authority, I was equipped with the skills to start a business where I I've been trained through 2024. Yes, so by 2025, it found that we were already knowledgeable. I have recruited youths in Mukuru slum, and we give them the skills for free so that we can empower them and impact their lives through an income-generating activity. Yes, it is pure leather balls. Yes, out of Mukuru kwa Njenga. Yes. Yeah.
I'm Paul. I'm Paul. We are working as Land Maui.
What is the size of your group?
We are about 12 people.
12 people.
Yeah, but when we were starting, we were 2 people.
2 people.
Yeah, but as we grow, we are now 12. We are hoping to grow more than that.
Okay.
Yeah, come next year.
So how do you access money to invest in your products?
As now the SMEs have we have access loans from SMEs, and other sources of fund.
Yes.
Then friends, we have other sources from friends. Tuna borrow from friends. Leather we're getting from Sagana, from Alfarama. Yeah, that's where we get leather product. After sourcing leather product, we come and draw the bag. We make the leather bags. We're looking for markets, like we have come here. We'll look for markets. Yeah, even you can.
What did you want me to do to support your business?
That's good question.
Yes.
First of all, we are looking for funds.
Yes.
If you can get access to more funds, as I said, when we were starting, we were only 2 people. But with time, we're now 12 people. When we get more funds, we'll employ more people.
So
Credit.
So
More credit. Yeah, we get source of leather. We buy more material.
If money is extended to you, are you able to pay back? Is your business able to pay back?
Yeah, that's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah, very possible.
Have you tried?
Yeah, we have tried from other access of funds from this small enterprise. So we borrow some money, then we get leather product, then we get.
Capital, like how much money?
It's around 100 to 150,000 there. Yeah.
Are you aware that you can get a bridge loan from Asla Fund for 150,000? Are you aware?
Yes, I'm aware. Yeah.
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 I'm Davis Bahati,
Yes.
and this is edible oil fabricators machines from Kariobangi. Once you start a project,
You fabricate.
yes, we fabricate this machine.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Good quality.
yes, thank you, sir. We are 35 in the group of association edible oil fabricators.
Yes.
Once Madam has made these opportunities for us, we decided let us prove like in Kenya it's possible, because we want to lower the cost of oil.
Yes.
We are targeting youths and people with disabilities and women.
Pressing.
That is pressing. It can do the macadamia, it can do the sunflower, it can do the canola.
Electric or
It is electric and it's a single phase, and it weighs.
can you single?
Yeah, it's a single phase. At the same time, it can do the cold and the dry, and the capacity it can do. Those are 750 kgs. That is 700 per day. We can do 1 ton, to 1 ton is equivalent to 250 liters of oil. That this one, it has got the capacity, if we can do in a portion way, because we are targeting people in rural areas so that we can reduce the immigration of youths from the...
Your business model is to make the...
Yes, we fabricate these machines. Yes, we fabricate these machines at Kariobangi, whereby we have been also supported by the KIE.
In Kariobangi, you have a common use of facility.
Yes, we have the common use of the facilities.
Come with your design.
Yes, we come up with this kind of the design, and
come with your raw materials.
yes, sir.
Then you use the common user facility to...
Yes. Because of the advancing of the technology, and since we have just empowered us, we decided to come up with the CNC machines, and we have another machines which is carving these ones. And since we are using the oil, we decided to use the stainless. Yes, sir.
Because so that for food products.
Yes, sir. Now we're requesting for your support kindly, so that if maybe you can just empower us, because in that group we have many youths. Those are 39 groups, but we are targeting each county to come up with such ideas so that we create job opportunities in those counties.
My dear, yes. What do we do? What are you thinking about this Bahati man? He says, how do we, what is the plan?
So the plan here, we want to support them if we want to produce many of these ones. So that then we organize groups drinks there in regions which are doing edible oils.
Yes.
Then you can supply them.
Yes.
In fact, Your Excellency,
Where are they going to? I think they will need some money
Yeah.
to make sure that they can produce more.
we have Kenya Industrial Estate. We've told them to offtake,
Yes.
to offtake from them.
Yes.
So we can even train them. The MSEA, in the MSEAs where we do their workshop. And then KIE is going to take all this. So you produce, you give to KIE, and from there,
Where are the KIE people?
KIE over here.
Now we have Bahati here, who is has a group that is producing this for our edible oil sector. And his challenge, you told me, Bahati, is two.
Yes.
You need more money to be able to do more.
Yes.
And number two, to get a market.
Yes, because we want to empower youths in rural areas so that we can reduce immigration from rural to urban areas.
Work with him so that you can support him with the resources from KIE to scale up.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Yes.
We can support him in what we do.
Bahati, are you aware of KIE?
Yes, I'm aware, sir.
So you think you can build a relationship?
Yes, I will, and I appreciate, because this is the first time to see you. I could request to promote me.
Yes. Yes.
This was a reverse engineering concept.
Correct.
Wale wa kule nje, we came to Kariobangi, we trained on how to make this.
Yes.
Now it's made in Kariobangi, then as are being made across the country.
Correct.
So that they can buy this at 60% of the import price that they can import. Then those who are producing this in the shoes who have registered, inatolewa sasa watu wajua across the country. Then KIA is the one that is financing it. Inside providing the Kariobangi Center of Excellence for common manufacturing, we are giving them the technology. We have worked even with your advisor on this issue of edible oils.
Yes.
So this is now an idea that is going across the country. They had a challenge of market.
Yes.
But now through registering other associations across the country, farmers who are producing oil,
Yes.
they need to crush this at the bottom level.
Yes.
And this is what the machine is doing.
Actually, Your Excellency,
So please, Bahati, you
have
have peers here, you have the KIE, they will connect you, and already, you know, my advisory team worked with them because we wanted to look at edible oil.
Yes, sir.
Because we import a lot of edible oil.
Yes, sir.
We're spending almost 100 billion. And we want to substitute imported edible oil with locally manufactured, whether we do sunflower, whether we do macadamia, somebody has said, and sesame and all the others. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So, and soya and all. So,
Yes.
but now this, what you are developing, this technology is going to help us to cascade, you know, to smaller units.
Yes, sir.
You know, so that even a farmer with an acre or half an acre or can find a place where they can press and use the oil.
Thank you, sir. It is easy and it does several jobs. Like somebody who is, I was looking like somebody who is in Mombasa can do the coconut oil.
Correct.
Somebody can do
Using the same machine.
yes, the same machine. Yeah.
Okay, Bahati.
Thank you, and you can support me. God bless you, God. Thank you.
This is, we talked about scaling. My name is Anthony,
Yes.
founder of Cowland.
Yes.
We get milk from farmers
Yes.
in Nyandarua
Yes.
and Now with the support of KIE, we have now been able to scale up. We are now doing value addition. So we are supporting government by ensuring that farmers are paid the 50 shillings. We are now doing value addition. And with additional support from KIE, we are confident we'll be able to build scale, provide more employment.
Have you discussed with KIE?
Yeah.
Have you given them a business plan?
They have supported us.
They've given you some money?
Yes.
Like how much money?
10 million.
They've given you 10 million?
Yes.
Already?
Yes.
Okay.
And now we're looking at scaling up.
Okay.
But
where is your operation?
we're currently doing contract manufacturing in Kiambu. Now that means we don't have our own plant.
Yes.
So phase 2 will work with KIE
Yes.
for scaling up. But also when you do manufacturing, there are small challenges in terms of packaging.
Okay.
Cost your packaging sometimes is a bit expensive because of imported materials. So if there's a way we can be assisted there, we can then compete effectively in this market and create employment because our business model is a bit different in terms of distribution.
I have some good news for you.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Yeah. Already, I signed into law yesterday. Yeah. The finance bill that is going to remove taxes on packaging material.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes. So you will now have access to lower prices of packaging material, and hopefully it will increase your margin, make your business better, but also transfer some of that to the end user.
Definitely by reduced pricing. Definitely.
Kidogo.
Yeah, lazima.
So I think that is part of what we are
Thank you
doing,
very much, Your Excellency.
so that to make sure that, and not just for packaging material, for you, also for tea, also for coffee farmers, because as you know, we are still exporting a lot of our tea in sacks. We now want to put it in packets so that it goes direct to the supermarket and we can get more value. That is the conversation we've been having with the industry, and we have asked KIE to step in whenever it is necessary.
No, they have supported us.
Sawa.
Thank you, Excellency. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a good day. Yes, our friends at KIE, habari zenu?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Paulina Mukhotu. We are, the company is called Tokomelo Designs. We are an eco-friendly leather accessories brand, handcrafted by local artists and in collaboration with other entrepreneurs. A product like this one is done by almost 5 people. I do it at my workshop with 5 people, then I take it to Kariako to go and work on this part. You see, this is handcrafted, and this design was done by.
So you take it to Kariako?
Yes.
There is a common user facility to help you do this.
This one is handcrafted. This part is the one that is done at Kariako, the stitching. Yes. Especially when I have bulk order, that is when I take it to Kariako and they help me finish because they have many machines. And I'm also the leader in the leather industry. I'm the organizing secretary of Leather Apex, and I'm also the CEO of Leather Articles Entrepreneurs Association. So the majority of times, the problems that we have as entrepreneurs is access to finance. Majority of us, we are women, and sometimes our husbands have problems giving us title deeds. So that is where the problem is. Because right now, I was sponsored by KIE when I started. I need another money, but the problem with the title deed, there's a problem. So, so that
gave you some money.
Yes, when I started, it 500. Yes, but now I need another. Because, Mr. President, the leather industry is intense. Can impact the leather industry will cover. Well, in the morning when I was coming here, I looked at the whole. This can feel the small, these young people, and we can re-impact the economy. That one, I think that is where we have to look. Yes.
So that you know,
yes.
a whole plan under
Better. Okay. Okay.
We have a whole plan on leather.
Yes.
And, I am sure somebody will explain to you what we are doing, because we still export our labor raw, leather raw.
Semi-processed. Yes.
Trying to process it more.
Yes.
Trying to improve the flaying.
Yes.
Leather is wasted when
During flaying. Yes. That is
we are
true.
improving
Yes.
training more people in flaying.
Yes.
And we are beginning to consolidate. We provided money so that more leather industries, more leather manufacturers can consolidate.
Yes.
As you are aware, we are finishing off the leather park in Kenani.
Yes, in Kinani. Yes, I know.
Kenani.
I know. Yes, yes.
Give you a bigger ecosystem.
Yes.
Good quality leather.
Good. Thank you.
Then we are doing one more thing, so that you are not just in Karioko.
Yes,
We are
yes.
spreading the common user facilities, not just in Karioko. We are building 47 in every county. A county aggregation and industrial
Aggregation,
park,
yes,
where
yes.
we are now going to have common user facilities like the one that is
In Kariako.
Kariako.
Yes, yes,
So
yes,
that,
yes.
Somebody in Bungoma doesn't have to come all the way to Kariako.
To Kariako, yes, yes.
Somebody in Mandera doesn't have to come all the way. We also provide an ecosystem of facilities and common user facilities and equipment.
And equipment,
in every
yes.
county aggregation, park.
Yes, yes.
13 of them will be ready by September this
By
year.
September. Wow.
Right?
Wow. Yes,
In
yes.
fact, it is in my statement. I want
Okay.
to tell these good people so that progressively we begin to improve infrastructure for
Infrastructure
people
for,
like you
yes.
to be able to do this.
Yes,
with more people.
yes. If more people.
And then progressively we are going to import less of leather products and use more.
Which is the best, yes,
of our
yes,
own
of our own
skins.
health and skins,
Right?
yes, yes, yes.
And I have already instructed that all our security personnel, we are not buying boots from outside Kenya anymore.
Thank you so much.
All boots will be manufactured in Kenya
Yes, yes,
from last year.
yes.
So some people try to say, oh, the quality has a problem, but I told them, let us know the quality you want.
Yes,
We will
yes,
get our
yes.
manufacturers to produce it. And they are already doing it.
Actually, we are already doing it because if you are talking about the stitching part, we are perfect, and also the finishing we do it at Kariako. Seriously, that will
So,
impact the
what do you
industry.
want me to do better?
What we can do better? I'm thinking. You have done a lot, Mr. President, but I am thinking, let us look at, you see, now I'm saying I need money. I can't access money. Can we start with that money that maybe I'm saying, let me start with about 500. Let me not have a title deed for 500. Let me start with 500 and I prove myself, and that money gradually grows until I am able to take 10 million. Where I can, yes, that is the main issue.
Want access to credit
Yes, that does not come without collateral. Especially coming from government, it is better to pay government money than the others. Yes, yes. The second one is access to market. If we can access market, yes, yes, we get to our products.
Begin to limit imports so that we can create a bigger market for products that are manufactured locally.
Locally, yes, yes, yes. That would be the best. Really.
To make government agencies buy more from Kenyan manufacturers.
That would be the.
Importing what,
Because we don't know where our gifts are coming from. We will see what gifts coming from other countries. We are here, we can build the gifts. Card holders, something like this. And I wish you can live with one. Something like this. A bag like this, yes. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, we are able to make the gifts. Looking around here, you can see that our SMEs are able to do better work. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate.
yes.
So you can give her the mic.
Hello.
Hello.
We've.
So you have heard what she's looking for. Eh? She's looking for a mechanism where we can work with a different collateral mechanism. Rather than, credit,
He has come.
It's already here.
I didn't want to. He's already there.
Yes. So people like Paulina, we should be able, now that we have a credit guarantee scheme, we can de-risk people like her. And instead of her looking for a title deed, either she can go the route of Hustler Fund. You can now get up to 150,000 without any security on Hustler Fund. Or you come to KIE and we can use the credit guarantee mechanism to for you to access the money. And you need to work with, so that you know how the credit guarantee mechanism works. so that you can become part of it. Okay?
And also,
It will replace the requirement of a title.
Yes. Also consider the LPO. If I come to you now,
LPO
I have
financing.
an order.
Yes.
But it's through that credit scheme.
Yeah, or it is under the credit scheme. Okay, I'll do
Waziri here is already working on it with the ministry.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
We are Caprin Foods. We do manufacturing of goat yogurt. We also supply goat milk. We are located in Kamakis bypass.
You are located in Kamakis.
Yes, bypass. With the help of KME, we've gotten loan of the last time we got 2 million, which really helped us to create more employment because we increased our employment. We now have 56 people. Initially, we had only 12. We have people at the farm. Yes, we've expanded.
What did the 2 million allow you? What did it? How did you expand?
More equipment, so productivity went up, more market demand, more people in the field to help us create marketing awareness, that more orders came in, so we had to install a bigger plant to create more here. So it has really helped us so far.
Uptaking more milk?
Yes. Yes.
But your profession is to do yogurt?
Yes, we got milk as a whole. We have the fresh goat milk and also the yogurt for the people who prefer yogurt. Yes.
How is the market like?
A bit. For now, we have advantage of we are not so flooded compared to cow dairy yogurt, but there are a few challenges of accessing the milk. You know, the amount of milk you get on one goat is not the same amount of milk you get on a cow goat. But we also outsource from farmers who also have goats. So we've also helped farmers somehow, yes, to have outsourced where they can take their milk if they have excess. Yes.
Very good. Okay.
So she's selling the supermarket. This shows the quality.
Very good.
It's quite good.
How long does this stay on? Can this stay on?
Shelf life is 45 days.
45 days.
Yes, Mr. President. I can just show you our stand here. We're doing something in the construction sector. Yes. So welcome to the Timbertech stand.
Yes.
We are located in Kiambu Town. Yes. We are located in Kiambu Town.
Yes.
And we deal with timber-related products. So we have a plant that manufactures each of these products that you see here. So we have clients from all over the country who buy from us, and
this is largely
for construction, in the construction sector. Yes. So the interior part of the houses, we've been supported by KAE, and it has really helped us to scale up to where we are at the moment. We would really be glad to even benefit a lot more from KAE with more funds, since it's one of the challenges that we have, just to be able to do this.
How is it different to get money from KIE than from the bank? What is the difference? Is there any difference?
Of course, even accessing the money from KIE can compare it to the banks. The banks are a lot higher in terms of
the rates.
Yes, the rates are a lot higher, more expensive.
Yes.
But with KIE, it's a lot more affordable. And it also because they also have an understanding of the MSMEs, yes. So it becomes easier to really talk to them and have them understand. Yes.
What is the interest?
You're lending them at how much? 10%.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
If you had to go, if you was to go to the bank,
probably it could be higher. Could be 16 there, 17, 18 there. Depends with the bank.
Require a lot more. The requirements are a bit stringent.
A lot stringent, a lot. Okay. Yes, and also sometimes it can be. You're likely not to even get it.
After going around.
After going around for some time, yeah. Yes.
You are employing 50 people.
Yes, 50 people.
The quality is very good.
Yes.
Here we support them with Wezo Fund without interest, and they start as a group, and we assist them now to understand issues of business so that they become MSMEs. So we have a Baraka Women Group here. They do some products for leather for women, and they sell locally, and they intend to also export. At the moment, we have supported it 7,000 groups. Yeah, from inception. Yes. We have over 60 which are active. Yes, and yes, and we don't charge interest. There is no interest. Yeah, so actually, it's to help now the starters who are unable even to get any they don't even have bank statements. They have never even accessed any financial. They usually meet doing some table banking like the chamas. When they meet in their local setup, that is the only evidence we need, as long as they form themselves into a group. So we use social as a collateral. They are coming together, the social capital. Yes. That is what we base on. Yeah, thank you. Yes. Yeah, we have also assisted the youth who are unable also to raise the fund for visas and tickets. They are coming together as... Yes.
Whenever we have young people who
yes.
have gotten a job
yes,
and they don't have money
yeah.
for a ticket or
yeah.
something, support them and
yeah.
pay you.
Yes. Yeah, so...
have you started that?
Yeah, we have already started. We have supported 221 youths.
So 221?
Yes, yeah, already we have financed them. Yeah,
Different county,
in different constituencies, yes. So we intend to roll out now across the country, whereby now we'll have an engagement with the Ministry of Labor. They'll assist us in identifying across the country.
Have you done a collaboration with the Ministry of Labor?
Yes, Labor and Foreign Affairs and Diaspora. We are working together, so then they identify and then we work together and we support.
Yes.
We have money.
Yeah.
So we have about 170
Yeah.
Because we had about 200 million to support. We had targeted in the pilot phase, which we can easily disburse from here. And then before going to the constituents account.
Yeah.
But they need to give us people.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay.
Tunashona nguo.
Yes.
Yes.
Local manufacturer.
Local manufacturer, yes.
Mnafanyia hii kazi wapi?
We do it at Isiri.
Isili?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mm.
Gilgal Designers.
Yes.
Ndio nyinyi?
Ndio sisi.
Haya.
Yes.
Ni mzuri kabisa.
Thank you. Thank you.
Design.
Yes, for gypsum.
For gypsum.
Gypsum.
Manufacturing this where?
Yes, we manufacture from Ruto, and we get the distribution. We distribute across the country, and we are looking forward to even being able to export. Yes. So this is elite finishes, and what our waste product is recycled by KVL wood. So to produce this. So we collaborate. Yes, we collaborate. So as enterprises, that is one of our strengths. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Umeongea na watu yangu ya affordable housing wakupange? Ndio unatafuta network.
Ndio tunatafuta network ya kukuja hapa kwa sababu mnatusaidia kutupatia pesa. Na sisi mtusaidia ku market hizi vitu.
Very good.
And tutatoa vijana wengi huko kwa barabara, acha kukusumbua.
Unatengeneza hii wapi?
Natengenezea Kiambu Road.
Kiambu Road.
Yes. Lakini tunazileta Gekomba. Tuna supply. So watu wengi sasa wanakuja Kikomba.
Nitamwambia Hinga.
Yes.
Tufanye connection kwa sababu hii hinges, hii door handles.
Yes.
Tushakubaliana how we standardize.
Yes.
Ndio muweze kumanufacture in mass.
Yes.
And then we can support the affordable housing program, but also support your business.
Thank you so much.
Sawa sawa.
We don't need to import from China.
No, we don't have to.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You are manufacturing panels.
Panels and everything to do with ESS.
Yes.
Yeah, and energy storage systems. Yeah. Energy storage systems.
Energy storage systems.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are you manufacturing it?
We manufacture in China, but we have our office in Kenya. Yeah.
Okay. So it's largely panels, storage.
Storage. We do critical power. We do telecommunication systems, and then storage systems for industrial. So we can also do mini grids, and yeah.
Have you begun to think about how some of these can be assembled locally and then progressively?
Yeah, progressively we can do that. Yeah, progressively. Yeah.
We have electric bike for future Kenya and also electricity actually. So this is a Chinese company, but we base here in Kenya.
So apart from electric mobility, what else?
Yeah, everything is full electric. Yeah. Around 130, 1,300. Yeah, 1.3. Yeah. No, 100. 130. Yeah. Okay.
Is yes, power supply using machines in panels, electricals. So we are manufacturing in India. My company name is Multi-Span Control Instrument Private Limited. We are working with 4 decades in India from 1986. So I wanted to a good business in Kenya, and I support in Kenya also. Yeah. Then.
President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, Honorable Wycliffe Oparanya, the CS for the Ministry of Cooperative and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, MSMEs, Principal Secretaries present, led by PS Susan Mangeni, PS State Department of MSME, representatives from the United Nations, representatives from the International Labour Organization, ILO, bankers, partners, MSME stakeholders, the Hustler Nation present, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, this morning, we gather to celebrate the United Nations International MSME, celebrated under the theme, Enhancing the Role of MSME as Drivers of Sustainable Growth and Innovation. The 2025 celebration marks the 9th year of celebration since the official launch of the MSMEs Day in the United Nations General Assembly on the 27th of June 2017, following a resolution by the United Nations General Assembly 2017 designating the MSME Day to recognize the crucial role the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises in achieving sustainable development goals. And allow me at this point, Your Excellency, to invite Arunga, Tito Arunga, who is representing the United Nations, just to make some few opening remarks. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali akija to make some brief remarks. Welcome.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, Ranya, kindly allow me to ride on all the protocols already established. The MSME Day 2025 comes at a pivotal moment for development globally. It takes place just ahead of two key international milestones: the 4th International Conference on Financing for Development in Seville, and the 2nd World Summit for Social Development in Doha. These key events will both grapple with urgent questions of financing, equity, and inclusion in an increasingly volatile world. It is in this context that today's commemoration offers an opportunity to reaffirm the essential role of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises in shaping inclusive, resilient, and sustainable economies. This year's theme, leveraging the power and resilience of MSMEs to accelerate sustainable development, captures this ambition. It acknowledges that MSMEs are not only engines of economic activity, but also catalysts for innovation, poverty reduction, and dignified livelihoods. And it calls on all of us, as governments, development actors, financial institutions, and large business, to create the enabling conditions that allow MSMEs to thrive. Across Kenya and the wider continent, MSMEs are foundational to local economies. They offer entry points for young people, women, and informal workers. Their size and agility allow them to adapt quickly to change and serve underserved populations, often where no formal systems reach. We recognize the challenges they face, especially with the issues around climate shocks, input costs, and some of the incidences. And let me say at this moment, Your Excellency, we see some of the incidents like what we've observed in the country in the last 2 days, where small businesses remain at risk of being left behind. Our hearts really goes out to those business owners and employees who are affected by these situations. Ladies and gentlemen, here in Kenya, the United Nations recognizes that supporting MSMEs is key to unlocking broader progress. Just allow me to share some of our collective results. Through our collective efforts, nearly 5 million people have benefited from skills development and lifelong learning initiative. This includes young entrepreneurs, informal workers, and marginalized groups. In addition, I would like to state that more than 3,500 refugees have also been trained in trades such as welding and mechanics, and opening new enterprises. And we also really support and we really acknowledge what the Kenya government has done in supporting MSMEs. And we recognize and have been there to support the prior learning policy, which I think is a very powerful tool, which has allowed over 1,200 informal workers to have their skills certified. This not only opened doors to higher value opportunities, but helps to close formal recognition within these enterprises. So the UN is collaborating with Kenya and our partners, governments such as the Swedish, Canadian, the Rockefeller Foundations, the MasterCard Foundation, in seeing how to create more opportunities and ensuring that no one is left behind. To conclude, allow me to close and leave you with three reflections. First, why does Africa continue to record some of the highest returns on investment globally? Yet our entrepreneurs face some of the highest costs of capital and most risk-averse lending environments. Secondly, how do we harness Africa's digital momentum to support small businesses in rural and informal economies, not just through apps, but through equity in access and digital literacy? And thirdly, how do we build smarter, more coordinated partnerships that maximize every shilling invested in MSMEs, and those at the bottom of the economic pyramid? I would like to say with these three questions, and I really, Your Excellency, for the first time I had the opportunity of standing next to you and seeing how you engage businesses, how you engage the partners in government, and see how do we connect the dots and make things happen for MSMEs. I want to congratulate you for this. It was an excellent observation. I will go back and share and say that, you know, these practical steps are the steps that are going to bring change for our country. I thank you so much, and asanteni sana. Thank you very much. And Your Excellency, I bring you the warmest greetings of Dr. Stephen Jackson, our resident coordinator, along with the heads of agencies, including the head of FAO, Madam Tipo, who were not able to make it, but they send their warmest regards to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bwana Tito. Your Excellency, we also have the International Labour Organization represented. And allow me at this point to now call on Caroline Njoki, the Chief Technical Advisor, to also make some brief remarks. Tumpigie makofi akija. Welcome.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, CS, MSME and Cooperatives, Wycliffe Oparanya, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to ride on protocols already established. The International Labour Organization is the UN agency for the world of work. In his message on World MSME Day, the Director General of the ILO highlights the critical role of MSMEs as engines of economic growth, innovation, catalysts of social justice, and decent work. And Your Excellency, you have just experienced some of the great innovations that the MSMEs are exhibiting today. Globally, MSMEs generate employment for 2.3 billion people, particularly for women, youth, and marginalized communities often excluded from formal economic structures. In Kenya, this number is up of 90%. You would all agree that's quite substantive. MSMEs are crucial in advancing inclusive growth, productive employment, and decent work. In fact, we cannot speak about employment creation in any country around the world without the critical role of the MSMEs. Addressing barriers that hinder MSMEs from playing an even more impactful role is at the heart of the ILO's mandate and work in Kenya. And some of these, of course, have already been mentioned: access to affordable finance, the digital divide, shortage of skilled human capital, and poor working conditions due to the high levels of informality. SMEs, as my colleague from the UN just spoke, are also more vulnerable in times of crisis like what was experienced this week. What, therefore, are we doing to support MSME growth in Kenya, Your Excellency? One is supporting the governance frameworks for the SME sector, including the MSME policy that is now going through public participation, the State Department strategic plan, which will be launched later today. And we are also supporting cooperatives, because cooperatives and MSMEs are interlinked, as evidenced by the mandate of the ministry that you have set up. The ILO has supported the Kenya Cooperative Sector Transformation Strategy, which has shaped the State Department strategy and the review of the bill and regulations. Two, we are working on business development. Contrary to popular belief, not everyone can run a business. We need the tools to be able to do that and do it successfully so that there is scale and subsequently employment creation. The ILO has the world's most widely used entrepreneurship training model in the world. It is called the Start and Improve Your Business. This tool meets entrepreneurs where they are, at the point of thinking of a business idea or at the point of growth. We've rolled out a network of trainers with key business support institutions, including the Chamber of Commerce, the Women Enterprise Fund, etc. And so that these trainers support existing funding frameworks, whether it's the Hustler Fund, etc. And these we also accompany with financial literacy, so that when people get their Hustler Fund, when they fully at whatever time, that this is actually going towards not just consumerism, but also growth of business. We are also supporting transitions from informality to formality, working closely with the Juakali Federation, the Chambers of Commerce. At the county level, we are providing capacity building on the how, because we talk about formalization, but as a small business with one person, two people, what are the concrete steps that I take to formalize? So we are making it easier to understand and sort of handhold businesses on their formalization journey. Ultimately, formalization of businesses opens up doors to accessing finance, increased productivity, access to markets, and more, but also very importantly, decent jobs. In collaboration with the TVET ecosystem in Kenya, we are supporting responsive skills development so that MSMEs have the talent they need. If we are pressing oil, do we actually know how to press it? And do we have substantial talent to develop that? Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the ILO commits to sustain its technical and financial support to Kenya's MSME sector towards more and decent jobs. Happy World MSME Day, and asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Ms. Njuki. Your Excellency, we'll now transition to the panel discussion. But before that, Your Excellency, sir, Embu University have a song that they wrote specifically for MSMEs, known as Biashara Ndogo. So at this point, I'll ask that the choir stand up and present the song. The song is Biashara Ndogo. And Your Excellency, this is of course in cognizance with how intentional you are with the creative economy. And therefore, we thought it would be prudent to give them a chance and an opportunity to present their song. So Embu University Choir, Biashara Ndogo.
Thank you.
Asanteni sana, Embu University Choir. At this point, Your Excellency, allow me to invite PS Susan Mangeni, who will then introduce her panel and transition to the panel discussion. We can welcome her with a clap. Karibu, Madam PS.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, my Waziri, FCPA, Dr. Wycliffe Ambecha Oparanya, the UN representative of the UN resident coordinator, representative of ILO, my strategic partner in the State Department, Kenya Association of Manufacturers, who are our takers, Kenya Bankers Association, Jua Kali na mahasla, mjambo. Your Excellency, allow me just to recognize my colleagues whom I work with closely. They support me in this ecosystem. All PSs who are here with us, kindly stand up so that I can get to recognize you. So we have PS Hinga. He's my biggest market in the affordable housing. Makofi kwake. Thank you, PS Charles. Then we have PS Ololotwa. Huyo ni tourist attraction mkubwa. We have PS for Trade, Dr. Regina, and she will be today sharing with us on how to access these huge markets across the country, across the world. Okay, I think we hit several others. So, Your Excellency and all protocols observed, we are humbled. Biashara ndogo, vile tumeambiwa na choir ya kutoka Embu University. We met this choir about 3 weeks ago during the MSME Connect initiative that the ministry, the able leadership of my waziri here, has initiated, bringing the public sector together with the public and private sector so that we can have the dialogue that you encouraged us sometime last year around this time, that we need to activate dialogues across all the sectors of the economy, and we took up that challenge. So I am here because I'm happy, because this is the first time ever in the history of this country that we are having such a high level celebration of this day that was founded about 9 years ago. We feel so much humbled, we feel privileged. Ama ni aje mahustlers? Si ndio hivyo? Si mumekaa na rais? Si mumefurahi? Kuna vile anatufeel, si ndio? Anatufeel. So, but what you expect of this day today is that we have an ecosystem, and we want to thank you, because when a story will be told of this administration, 1,000 years to come, the biggest chapter and the largest chapter in that story will be your renewed focus and the increased attention that you have given to the sector of MSME. Do you agree with me? Because by designating a whole ministry and your leadership since independence just to focus mambo MSME, asubuhi naamka MSME, saa saba naamka MSME, jioni naamka MSME, it shows that indeed you meant it when you say we needed to change on how we develop this country and start focusing on building our economy from the bottom of the economic pyramid, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. So we are here today with an ecosystem to celebrate our MSMEs, but we also stand in solidarity with them, because the MSMEs are faced with a number of shocks. Of course, the sad events that happen the other day is not something that we can go without talking about. I know there's so many businesses that have now gone under. Somebody somewhere has lost a job. Somebody somewhere will go into depression and might even lose his or her life because of the distraction that happened there. So, biashara ndogo ni nguvu. Sisi tunaomba tu wakitafuta mambo yao, pia sisi watupatie nafasi tufanye mambo yetu, and I leave that to other actors in the ecosystem who will talk about it, but it is really sad. But we also celebrate you. Today we are going to share opportunities which are there. We take stock of what we've done, the government, the private sector, the development partners, and our endeavors in establishing a very supportive ecosystem that will promote growth and development of our MSME. So while doing that also, we are going, Your Excellency, for the first time to launch the inaugural State Department strategic plan, which is a master plan. It's actually a master plan because of the level of participation, the input that has come from across the MSME sector. ILO have spoken about it. We had everybody making input. So it's going not just a strategic plan for the State Department, but it's going to guide and inform the MSME sector, the ecosystem, on what we need to do to support MSME. So we expect to launch, and we are privileged that you will be launching our strategic plan. And therefore, in recognition of the robust ecosystem, and they are willing to support us, allow me now to invite my panel, and it's a dialogue. Your Excellency, this is a dialogue. At some point, we may actually ask you also, because you also to share with us what your government, what our government has in store for MSME. So allow me to ask the first panel to walk in the stage. Representative from CEO for CAM, please. It's a 30 minutes. It's a dialogue. You challenge us to dialogue, every economic sectors to engage in some sort of dialogue. His name is Tobias Orlando. Makofi kwake. Allow me to call in the CEO for Kenya Bankers Association. Makofi. Allow me also to call in the representative, the gentleman in charge of SME banking, Equity Bank. Where are you? Makofi. Allow me to call in the PS for housing, my biggest market ever in the last 2 years. PS Charles Hinga. Allow me also to invite the PS for trade, who will help us to see how do we facilitate trade to happen across borders. Dr. Regina. Then, last but not least, the Juakali Nguvu. Karibu, Nguvu Kazi. The CEO for Juakali. I didn't realize sina kiti hapa. But ni sawa tu. So this is a reflection of the ecosystem, but also in the plenary, we also going to have a few interjection, and this thank you for that. So we will have a few interjection, especially from the development partners and MSMEs themselves. So here, I don't have any particular order, but we are here to renew our commitment for the MSME sector. I have government here, and then I have also private sector here. I want to begin by Kenya Bankers Association. And my question to you is that the ecosystem to be complete, we must unlock access to affordable credit. If you look at the events that happened 2 days ago, we have MSMEs who have been crying. I had just taken a loan of 2 million. Everything has come down. How am I going to recover? What can you tell that MSME?
Yeah, thank you, Your Excellency. We were on these grounds with you last year in October, and we gave a commitment to be able to double our support to MSMEs. So we were at 75 billion contribution in 2024. Yes, we were at 75 billion contribution to small businesses in 2024. So this year, as collectively, all banks, we committed to be able to double that number to 150 billion. I'm happy to report that from January to May, we're at 81 billion. So we look forward to actually being able to surpass that target of 150 billion. I'm happy to report that from January to May, we're at 81 billion. So we look forward to actually being able to surpass that target of 150 billion. Because taxes has been taken care of through the Finance Act 2025. And lastly, because taxes has been taken care of through the Finance Act 2025. And lastly, we're also working with Central Bank just to be able to ensure that the loans from banks are affordable. We have had an assessment which doesn't lead to those affordable rates. So currently, we are at the tail end with Central Bank to be able to ensure that we have an assessment tool to assess you better and ensure that you can be able to get affordable credit from our local banks. Thank you.
All right. So from Equity, you know, Equity is known for having been among the first financial institution to deepen financial inclusion. Our recent conversation with Dr. Mwangi, who is the group CEO for Equity, revealed that it's only 60% of your financing goes to business. Only 6% of your financing. So most of those loans are going for other personal users. What do you think we are not doing? So what do we need to do to now deepen credit inclusion, transition from financial inclusion to credit inclusion so that wananchi hawa MSMEs wetu mashujaa can get access to loans, to affordable credit to do business?
Thank you, Madam PS, Your Excellency. This is Collins Wanyonyi, Director SME at Equity Bank, Kenya. I'll start by just trying to debrief on the numbers. So if you look at Equity Bank this year, we've reached out to 757,000 MSMEs, just reaching out to give them a view of what SMEs can do. We've trained 652,372 SMEs. We've then given funding to 350,149 MSMEs. Just to give you the depth of how low we are going. And these are not SMEs, these are micros that we are focusing on. And when you look then at the micros that we focus on, and because most of their loans are short-term in nature, cumulatively we've given them 353 billion. So 353 billion is total cumulative amount that we've advanced to MSMEs. But then what are the items that we need to help to get the MSMEs to move on? I'm happy that we have a PS Hinga here. We're having discussions with his ministry, and one of the things we're looking at is if I'm able to get a domiciliation letter that confirms that this Juakali artisan has been contracted for X level of work, and the payments will come within a period of Y, I'll be able to advance them. And if you look at how we've done that ecosystem, the maximum amount we can give to an SME that it's a minimum of 1 million to a maximum of 250 million that's available to access to these MSMEs. So the funds are there, it's just how to work on that mechanism of sending that. And also proud to say that we are also taking advantage of National Treasury Credit Guarantee Scheme to then advance some of these monies to our MSMEs. Thank you.
You've told us, and I know we've had this conversation, you have 11 billion Kenyan shilling word tender for Juakali and for Madirisha and all those. But now tell us, what do you think what is the uptake, first of all, of those tenders, and what are Juakali saying outside there, so that the commitments that Equity and the Kenya Bankers Association are making, we see what is it that we can do so to increase the uptake of this opportunity?
Thank you very much, PS. I think allow me to set the scene. We live in this country, and you know that we have a broken housing market where 70% of your urban population lives in the slums. Then you have a problem. It is one thing to discuss it. It's another thing to have a plan. So you have, we have a program where we are fixing an existential problem where the do nothing is just going to make the situation worse. We also have a situation whereby we are food insecure country, and we know if you look at our breadbasket counties, we are subdividing the land and putting up real estate. And therefore our arable land is getting smaller and smaller. So that is important because we are solving an existential problem. Now, while doing that, and because the biggest question that Kenyans asked is why housing and why housing now? It is very important to understand why are we having this program, and despite the noise that has been there, we have stuck with it. We are doing that because the dividend of fixing a multi-generational problem has also created opportunities. And these opportunities lie in enterprise, in job creation. You all know that when you read history, whenever the world had an issue with the economic meltdown, progressive leaders, FDR during the Great Depression, President Obama, just to quote two, in the Great Depression, they focused on building, and you build out of that depression. President Obama did the same thing. And we have a president here who, equally, when he came into office, we were struggling with the challenges of post-COVID, and equally we had the war in Russia and Ukraine that was affecting our supply chain. Now, so what that has created is an economy that is not creating enough jobs. At the same time, you have a situation whereby you have a massive urban migration. We have over 500,000 people who are moving to urban areas every year. And then you have got almost 800,000 young people who are joining the job market every year. You must have a plan. And that's why housing is a great opportunity to invest, because of the great supply chain that exists in housing. If you forget for once that housing is 4 walls and a roof, and you think about every component that makes a house, each one of them is an industry. So we have a problem which then creates what we call a consumptive demand. Therefore, we have taken a program. We are targeting 200,000 homes, and I want to just give you a few statistics leading to the 11 billion. Number one, we are at 148,000 units under construction. Now, we could have easily said, okay, let's import all these doors and windows because maybe in China they make them faster and maybe they make them cheaper. But we said we want to invest in our people, because our people know how to make doors and they know how to make windows and all the other stuff. Most of you here are in that sector. So we took a chance on you, and we ring-fenced products that we know you make. The other thing that we did, we were very deliberate in removing the middlemen. In the past, we knew that between the opportunities and yourself, the people who are actually doing the job, there were many people who make more money than you who is actually making those doors. So we decided to go direct, and we're going directly to the Juakali Association. We have organized you, and we have given you direct opportunities. Here with me today, I don't know where they are, I have 4 beneficiaries, one from Kibra, Soweto, whom we have given 700, he's here at the back there, if the PS has a chance.
Maybe someone should pass a mic to him. He looks rich.
Because I think it is time for you to hear from the real people who are benefiting, because sometimes it sounds like a story.
In a minute.
So the Kibra group has 720 million shillings worth of work. Now, you know, 720 million shillings is not small change. You know, there are not many businesses, actually big businesses, that have got that kind of opportunity. So just the Kibra group that is doing 4,054 units, they have got 720 million. We have got Mukuru as well. I have somebody from Mukuru. I asked them to come here today as well, that have benefited the first phase where His Excellency the President handed over keys. They have done the doors and the windows. The first phase, which is about 6,000 units, they have a contract of 200 million. Again, it is not a story, it is true, and they are getting the contracts directly. We also have Ruto, where I think was one of the first one that we did the groundbreaking with His Excellency the President, nearing completion. They have another contract of 120 million. So all these 720, 200, and because we have got over 200 sites for housing all over the country, it aggregates to 11 billion shillings. 11 billion shillings. I'm sure. So that is really a testament of what you can do when you're fixing an existential problem, but you have a deliberate plan. And that is really what this housing agenda is all about. So sometimes you misunderstand why are we sticking with this housing? Because on one hand, people are saying, why are you focusing on housing instead of focusing on jobs? It is because housing, you fix the housing problem, you fix jobs. So we have a lot to say, but because in the interest of time, and I get very passionate about this because this is real, it is changing people's lives. And by the way, guess what? Not only are they getting those billions of shillings, they are also the new homeowners. So the real dividend is that they not only build the doors and the windows, they are the real homeowners. And the last point is 11 billion PS was probably a statistic when we had Madaraka Day. Since then, I've already signed new contracts. So I will soon be updating you where we are, because every site that we are signing, there is opportunities for MSMEs. And those are only 3 products.
Thank you, PS.
Doors,
I'll
windows,
round.
and balustrades. But Your Excellency, we have got 69 products. So we've only tested 3 products, and we already have 11 billion. Can you imagine how this country will look when we roll out the 69 products?
Thank you.
Sorry for taking too much time.
I had to add you some more minutes because I'm going to knock at your door with my Juakali. You are a huge market. You said how many billion again? Thank you. So can we get to hear from Juakali, a person there, just in a minute, tell us what is your experience, how are you accessing finance, because they are here. These people today, they need to tell us how they are going to support you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. My name is Akal Aura. I'm a welder from Kibra High-Rise. This is where we have a pilot project of the 4,515 units that are ongoing. I, myself, and my team, we were able to secure a contract worth 720 million. That is for the first time that has ever happened in our country, something that has never happened before. I thank Your Excellency. I'm not new in your face. I know when this contract was being given, you handed it over to me, you yourself. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, yeah, we've been able to, I and my team have been able to.
So who is financing you?
We are getting loans from the SMEs, from the banks. We've been able to access this
At what interest rate? Allow me to ask.
18%.
This is the conversation.
We are getting it at 18%. 18%.
KBA.
This is something. we are making a request. We're making a request in terms of the interest. We're really crying that if you.
Thank you.
Please, Lloyd.
I'm sure Your Excellency, you will come in on that, because 2.5 years ago you sat with this Wakurugenzi and you agreed we can really get to push this credit to a single digit. And I think this is a conversation that we are going to have. Thank you very much. Let's clap for him. Now, Hinga, and arising from the opportunities that you have talked about, I'm just asking, is the same arrangement happening across the country? I mean, if I go to Kitale, if I go to Isiolo, if I go to Mandera, are the Juakali in those areas gaining access to this opportunity, or are we importing Juakali from Nairobi?
It is happening in every site. In fact, PS Susan, I want to challenge you because I am doing a housing scheme in your backyard in Funyula. And I would like you to testify because I know you are on site. The Juakalis in Funyula have the same work. I go as far as Mabera, near the border of Kenya and Tanzania. By the way, this program, we are implementing it already in 44 out of 47 counties. The 3 counties that were remaining, Turkana, Marsabit, and Elgeyo Marakwet, and West Pokot. they have been advertised. So even those Juakalis in Turkana, Marsabit, and West Pokot, you are also going to be benefiting in the next 2 or so months.
So let's clap for PS. Now, edible oil value chain, and this I'm coming to the Kenya Association of Manufacture. Every year we spend close to 150 billion. People spend in the industry to import the edible oil, raw materials, sesame, soya beans, sunflowers, palm oil. Yet these are traditional value chain. What are you doing? What are you doing in terms of working out on our local supply system so that we give this huge opportunity? Even if they can get to retain 50% of that amount, it will go into people's pocket. What is it that you're doing in that space as of taker?
Thank you very much. I think it is an important conversation to ensure that we can source locally the raw material, which is edible oil, and process it here. Under what we call agriculture for industry is a pillar that is dear to us, and we are in conversation with different ministries, Ministry of Trade and Ministry of Agriculture and the Council of Governors, because right now there are already existing manufacturers who have identified potential areas where we can grow sunflower and the other edible products. Is just to provide that conducive linkage with the farmers in those areas to plant the crop, then we will come in as off-takers. And for this to happen, we need the government and the county government to take action in terms of linking with the farmers and providing the necessary seeds. What we are guaranteeing is that we are going to provide off-taking. We've also had a conversation with the different banks from the private sector to see how they can support these farmers so that they are guaranteed that when we take those seeds, edible oil seeds, then they are going to be paid. So I'm seeing it is an opportunity that it can happen. We just need to enhance those efforts and make it happen here in Kenya, because it is indeed possible.
PS Trade. Every time we see our president having diplomatic and bilateral engagement, we are seeing a market. We are right now implementing the FCFTA. Tell us what opportunities exist there for some of our MSMEs also to take, or rather to trade across the border. The other day we signed the economic partnership with EU. How are we actualizing that? Because it's one thing to sign on the paper, it's another thing to really get to maximize on that opportunity. What is it that we are doing in your sector?
Thank you, Susan and Your Excellency. This is a situation that we are finding ourselves in at a time when we actually had not the best economic situation, having gone through COVID, having gone through all those global issues that were happening. But through your leadership, we have seen a full understanding of the value of concentrating on micro, small enterprises to actually be the productive sector of the economy and move away from thinking more around consumption. And in that case, therefore, I have seen that through my State Department, we have been able to actually get us to push the agenda of ensuring that domestic trade works for its citizens. Hence the really big push for the macro and small scale industries, so that there's a lot of production around value addition, making our products more competitive and fetching higher prices in the markets out there. This therefore means that when we are going into entering agreements with the European Union, the UAE, the Africa Continental Trade Agreement, we are really focusing on ensuring that we stop taking to the market our raw materials, but send to the market the value-added products that we are producing locally. Hence the reason why today is a very important day for us, because we are really getting to get the MSMEs to understand that they can not only produce for the domestic market, but there's potential for them to actually export out there. So, Your Excellency, your move for really getting us to focus on a market-oriented kind of economy where we make sure we protect our local industries, but empower our industries to produce so that they're able to satisfy the local demand as well as have excess that can be used in the global market. Principally, what we have done in this agreement is now to make it open, and thank you to you, Your Excellency, for really pushing us to enter into negotiations with China, to enter into negotiations with the EU, so that we actually start serious negotiations around trade that is beneficial to us as a country, because trade has actually been very imperfect for a very long time.
And I'm just thinking deeply and looking at Kenya's Association of Manufacturers, I think you need to work closely with her so that we see how to maximize on these opportunities.
Yes,
Yeah.
I confirm we've been working closely with the ministry. In fact, from the private sector, we've gone beyond, after the signing of the agreement, we've gone to the stage of now educating the members in terms of the customs requirement for EU, customs requirement for FCFTA market. So from the private sector, we take advantage of what government has already done and educate our members. What we encourage is that let it not be a market that is accessible by only bigger companies, but also our SMEs can create and find a platform to export our goods to those regions.
So, to Jua Kali here.
Yes, thank you very much.
Introduce yourself first.
My name is Felix Ndunda. I represent an organization called Kenya National Federation of Juakali Association. We are one of the biggest employer, Your Excellency, when it comes to employment in the informal sector. And maybe before I proceed, I would like to recognize our two members there from Juakali Association, Kamukunji, Secretary and the Chairman, if you can just wave. In the sector of metal fabrication. So the Juakali sector, Your Excellency, is a sector that for the longest has been creating employment, especially for the young people. And I can tell you, you are truly talking to right now. I'm also an artist and I do leather shoes, like the one I'm wearing here. And I'll also, your next pair, I can be able to do it for you. So that shows that the Juakali sector, we are skilled. And right now we are running several initiatives. One called RPL, it's called Recognition of Prior Learning, whereby we are certifying our artisans based on the experience they have. And mostly we are doing that through the affordable housing. And I want to reiterate what the PS Hinga said, that yes, this affordable housing is a true story. It is not a story ajaba. And you can see most of our members are being able to plug into the affordable housing. The issue here is one of the hindrances that we are facing as the Juakali sector when it comes to the affordable housing is easy access to credit, whereby we'd like the banks to look at us as a financial potential, not financial risk. Because you see, the affordable housing has been able to open up opportunities, especially for the young people, whereby not only building the houses, also they can be able to own it. And right now, as a federation, we have taken a step forward whereby in 2022, we did sign an MOU together with KCB Bank and KCB Foundation to be able to offer what I call tailor-made financial credit to our members. And very soon, Madam PS and Your Excellency, we are moving forward with KCB, whereby each and every member, wherever they are in every association, they will be able to get a credit limit so that can be able to push their business forward. And I want to thank you very much, Your Excellency. Since your leadership, we are working very closely with your government through the State Department for MSME, and whereby now Juakali sector, we are on the table when the decisions are made. And we want to thank you very much. Also working close with our state agencies like MSEA, Wezo Fund, and the rest. And also the sectors sent me to highlight to you that we have been working very closely with MSEA, and we were part of the part of the process that did an act to create MSEA. We have been sitting in the board of MSEA for a while, but right now we have no representation, so maybe you can consider that. Thank you.
But you're not a good person. Unatulipoti kwa mdozi na tukapa na
Sijachoma.
So allow me, I have a hustler in the room. Alisema ameniandikia noti hapa akasema ako na kitu ya kusema. Mike, where is this hustler? Someone pass the mic to this hustler.
Okay, kwanza nishukuru Mheshimiwa Rais kwa nafasi hii. Majina yangu ni Kevin Amateshe Ahonya. Mimi ni mfanyabiashara. Nimekuwa for business for 20 years now. Jua kali. I deal with ladies' shoes that has sustained my family for 20 years. On 24th, I was self-employed, and on 25th, I was forced to be among the jobless because of what happened. And as we speak right now, I don't know what to say, because now my children that have been taken care of, expecting them to be among the panelists there, their dreams are in danger. My prayer is that as much as Mheshimiwa Rais is making effort to employ as many as he can, let's understand not all people will be accommodated. We have those who are self-employed, who depend on their effort. I wake every day at 5. I sleep at 11 daily to make sure that I sustain my family and I don't involve myself in crime. And that's why up to now, I have never been handcuffed with a single police for these many years that I have been in business. I've been able to take care of my family comfortably. But now, because of what I don't know to term it if it's a politics or what, through the demonstration that was there, my place of work was burned to ashes. I work at Koja Stage on the building called Lord's House, where all our businesses were burned to ashes. And as I speak now, Mheshimiwa Rais, I have nowhere to start from. I will be happy if I can leave this room with a hope for my future and my children and my fellow hustlers that we hustle together with them.
Thank you. We feel you. We cry with you. But most importantly, we are here system, I think, led by our Excellency the President, and we'll figure out on how to support the businesses to recover. Thank you. Your Excellency, you have an interjection?
Thank you very much. I really feel for my friend who just, Kevin, who's just talked. I will speak to that later, but you can count on my support as we go forward. But let me speak to the earlier issue that was raised by both P.S. Hinga and my friend Carl, my friend Carl here. As Hinga said, we came with a plan, because out of the many challenges we have as a nation, we have to figure out how do we deal with the challenges that face our nation. Challenges of unemployment, challenges of doing business, and by solving some of the public challenges that we have,
we create opportunities, as Hinga said, for business to grow and opportunities for jobs to be found. Particularly on the housing program, as you have been told, countries that understand how to grow out of challenges, you build your way out of situations of depression. Because of what we have done, we have not only created 250,000 jobs, as I talked to you, physically in the construction sites. We have 200 quantity surveyors, masons, carpenters, electricians, name them, working. But we also have people like Carl here, people who are in the Juakali sector. Juakali sector was never organized. I have listened to them. And many of them are saying you get a window one day, a door another day, you stay for 2-3 weeks, you haven't found something to do. And it becomes, the earnings become so intermittent that somebody cannot sustain a livelihood. So what did we do with housing? We decided that this Juakali sector, we're going to formalize it. We're going to give them contracts. And when we designed the whole housing program, we made it intentional and deliberate that we are going to give a separate contract to the contractor who is doing the civil works. We are going to have a separate contract for all the other products, including doors and windows and hinges and everything else that we have in that space. And it was easier for us to give a whole contract to one contractor, and they would import all these things from everywhere. But our identification of the Juakali sector was intentional because we wanted to create enterprise locally. We wanted to create jobs and support jobs locally. Many people did not believe that the Juakali would do this. But I can tell you today that we do not have a single Chinese contractor doing our affordable housing. We have all local contractors. All of them. 200 housing, 200 sites, 148,000 housing units are being built by local contractors. That's number one. Number two, the Juakali that was informal, the Juakali that nobody believed in and did not have quality products. We have sat down with them and we have told them we're going to give you a contract. I remember when the initial, we put together the people in Dagoretti Corner, in Ngong Road and Kamkunji and Kariobangi, and they didn't even have a name. So they came up with what was it? Ngogamka, because it was Ngong Road, Kamkunji, and Kariobangi, you know? And they wondered how this was going to happen. So number one, we standardized the windows. You cannot, in our affordable housing plan, because the way to produce products in mass is to make sure that they are standardized. So we have standardized all the windows, we have standardized all the doors, and we have standardized all the other products so that it becomes easy for the Juakali sector to produce them in mass. And once we have trained them to do a certain product and they have gotten the skill, they do not have to change the skill every moment. So today, Carl and all the other people in the Juakali sector know that a window is this size. And by the way, Juakali is not synonymous with low quality. Today, our Juakali sector are producing good quality products because we have insisted. And we told them very clearly that although we want to support you, we are not going to compromise on quality. You must make the right quality product.